Hello, hello, NFL fanatics. This is the Football is Phenomenal channel. I'm your boy Shaq, the host, and my co-host.
Danielle.
It's my baby girl, my sweet love. And we're just gonna chop it up with y'all a little bit about this NFL season, the start of it, and all of that good stuff. Just want to start it off by saying that I only really decided to make this channel because a lot of my family and friends told me to make a channel because they always say, Shaq, you got a lot of good NFL insight. You should make a video and stuff like that. Help people make some good picks, get some money. So I said, I'll do it. So here we are. We're going to start it off, baby, with the Giants and Vikings game.
Giants and Vikings.
Okay, so
Yes,
right
it's
now
it.
on your screen, we're looking at, I mean,
Who we're gonna look at?
in order to know where you're headed, you got to know where it all starts. So we're going back to the last time these two teams played each other, and it was a good game. It was a playoff game when the Giants went up in there in Minnesota, put the hammer down on the Vikings, and right off the bat, it looks like we would pick the Giants to win the game, right? We're Giant fans. You call us a bit cynical. We're going with the Vikings on this one, and I'm gonna tell you why. Well, first of all, Daniel Jones was absolutely sensational. It's pretty much one of his best games that he's played. I've only seen him arguably play better in. He played really good in that Tampa game. I think that was like his first game. He played really good in that Tampa game. He also tore it up in. Yeah, he owns the Washington Commanders. That's what they call themselves now, or the football team, or the Deadskins. But he really played his butt off in this game. So we'll go through it. So you see right off the bat that he had 300 yards in the air, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 17 yards. I'm sorry, 17 carries, 78 yards. But guys, don't be fooled by the statistics. This game was really a Saquon Barkley game. The Vikings just completely shifted their defense to stop Saquon and really didn't even do a great job at it. Dude had 5 yards to carry, 2 tubs, was over 100 yards all purpose. So I just think the Giants' impact, the Daniel Jones factor, I think is over exaggerated. I think Daniel Jones is better than people give him credit. Um, I do think he's a bit of a one read quarterback, but I think when he's moving the ball the way Brian Dayball gets him in a Josh Allen esque kind of offense, I think he's better than people give him credit for. But I think the loss of Saquon Barkley is more of an issue for the Giants in the early parts of the season. We're gonna have to learn how to win games without him. And in this type of game, where we're gonna go down, baby, we're gonna look at the defensive numbers for a minute.
More?
Yeah, so
Oh yeah.
right off the bat, guys, y'all see that Xavier McKinney had 8 tackles and a pass defense, and Jalen Smith was right under there with 7 tackles. Um, and Adoree Jackson had 7 tackles. Now, those three names are very interesting because, first of all, Xavier McKinney just signed with the Packers, who we'll be talking about a little bit later. Jalen Smith's not even in the league anymore, and Adoree Jackson just signed back with us, and he admitted that he can't even play a full game because he didn't even think he was going to be on the NFL roster week one. So right off the bat, the three leading tacklers are either not there or they're not fully going to be there. So that's already a red flag. The other issue I'm having with this game is, um, let's go back up, baby. Okay, Justin Jefferson had 7 catches for only 47 yards. He was heavily double teamed in this game. I don't know if you guys remember the game, but he was heavily double teamed. Um, they got a guy named Jordan Addison now, who had a great rookie year. He'll be there. So I don't see the double team going on with the Giants' young secondary. I think Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison will get loose in this game. Um, there's some other important factors why I'm picking the Minnesota Vikings. Um, let's start with Brian Flores. All right, you guys, I don't know if y'all heard in the news, but Brian Flores has been called out for his rough coaching style. He was very tough on Tua Tagovailoa from the Miami Dolphins, but I think that's going to make him a better person. The fact that he owned it, you know what I'm saying? He took it on the chin, and I think he's learned from that, and he's a hell of a defensive coordinator, and I got the stats to prove it. The Minnesota Vikings in this playoff game that they lost, they were 30th in points per game, and Brian Flores comes in the next year and they're 12th. Then on yards per game, they were 31st, and Brian Flores got them to 16th. So middle of the pack, a little bit above average. So you see the Brian Flores impact is there. They also got a first round pick defensive player, and was it Jared Verse? No, it wasn't Jared Verse. I think it was the kid that the Dallas kid, Dallas Turner. I'm sorry, oh damn, I'm forgetting the
You
guy.
want to look it up?
Yeah, let's look it up real quick. I know they got a first round pick, a pass rusher. I think he'll make a good.
What didn't say that?
Just put Vikings first round picks real quick. Sorry guys, I just forgot the name. I'm mixing up the first rounders. I think Jared Verse is the Rams guy. The Vikings got the other cat. You just see it. Go down, baby.
1963.
Yeah, go back this one. Yeah.
Okay, this is your current stats.
Yeah, I was right. I called it. Yeah, Dallas Turner, Alabama. So, I mean, there's no secret that our pass rush is suspect. So, I'm sorry, our offensive line is suspect. Evan Neal is not even going to be a starter. We got 2 offensive line starters who I think are going to be solid, but again, we're trying to mesh this. It's makeshift. We're trying to figure things out. We got guys playing right tackle for the first time with the unit. I think Dallas Turner will make an impact. Another guy that's underrated who I think will have a good revenge purpose. Jihad Ward. He had a career year with us, 5 sacks, a bunch of tackles, and then the year before he had like 40-something individual tackles. He's going to be playing against us in the first game. I know he's going to want to make an impact. The Giants should have re-signed him, quite frankly. We overpaid Daniel Jones, and we had to make some bad cuts. And again, it's going to come back to haunt us. But back to Brian Flores. Brian Flores also had an NFL lawsuit about discrimination, saying that the teams were doing sham NFL interviews for the head coaching vacancy. Guess what, guys? He's from the New York area, and he wanted to coach the New York Giants. And he feels like the Giants are racist. I'm not here to tell you whether or not that's true. That's not the channel. But I will tell you this. I tell you Brian Flores is going to be motivated to coach the hell out of his defense. And those defensive players are going to go hard to make sure he looks good. Mm-hmm. So, I think Brian Flores is a good factor. I think Jihad Ward is an important factor. I think Jordan Addison taking away the double team threat from Jordan Jefferson is a big impact in the game. And I think Sam Darnold having a good situation, coming back where it all started. He started playing for the Jets. Now he's back in Jersey. A lot of eyes on him. This is his best chance to make it right, have a good season, similar to Geno Smith and Baker Mayfield did. And I think he's going to do that. He won't be seeing ghosts this time like he did against New England. The Giants' secondary is not really that talented, and they're young. And, yeah, guys, we're going with the Vikings -1, -1.5, money line -125. However you guys want it, the Vikings win that game. Let's go to the second game, baby. The next game is going to be, let's look at the, let's keep it going with Saquon. Let's go to the Eagles-Packers game.
Eagles-Packers.
Oh, look, right back to Saquon. So, okay, guys, week 1 is the theme. The theme is going to be Saquon Barkley. So, a lot of people are hype about the Packers.
This is New York Giants.
Yeah, I know, baby.
Oh.
Saquon played for the Giants.
I'm just letting you know.
Right, he's on the Eagles now. We're going to get to the Eagles. So, I'm showing you guys the Giants-Packers game to prove a point. Danielle is guilty of this too. She likes the Packers because she thinks the Packers are competitive because she's big on the whole momentum argument.
Yes.
You big on that narrative. So she thinks that teams that start the season fast and crash out in the end is not really a team you want to bet on to start the season. Well, I'm telling her that's baloney. I think the Packers are a bit fraudulent, and I'm showing you why.
Well, I think
Go ahead.
If you crashed out, then that says a lot.
It does.
But we had two different.
The Eagles crashed out last year. You guys seen it. They got embarrassed by Tampa Bay. But I'm arguing we're going against each other on this one a little bit narratively because I believe that the Eagles is carrying over that stench of a nasty loss, and they're gonna come out on fire in Brazil. Where she thinks the Packers, they just gave the Niners a great game, and they came on strong and blew out the Cowboys. We was at the casino. He was at the Mount Airy Casino that night when
Oh yeah.
when the Packers smacked up the Cowboys. You know, that was good for us. We got to see the
And he was
Cowboys
gonna
lose.
bet on it.
And I was going to bet
Yes,
on it,
you
but she
were.
didn't want to let me bet on it because the Browns got mollywopped by the Texans. So she was like, Shaquille, you already 0 for 1. I'm not letting you bet the Packers.
Exactly.
I'm like, and then we were drinking and laughing about how the Packers smacked them up. But let's get back to the game. So my point in this one is a simple one. It's going to be a lot shorter than the Giants-Vikings. Guys, straight up, the Packers are bad against the run. They can't stop the run. Even when they're going against a team where they can load the box. Tommy DeVito he's not even starting this. He's not even competing to be a starting quarterback. And go to the box score, baby. You're on, you got to go up. Box score. This wasn't a phenomenal game at the very least. And I'm showing you guys that the Giants won this game. And I mean, Saquon Barkley.
Look, our guy.
Jordan Love. That's Julian Love is your guy. Jordan Love is another guy, baby.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so
many loves.
Shout out to Julian Love, leading tackler for the Giants, and then he resigned. I mean, he left us and went with the Seahawks. I don't know where he is now, but the Giants just love getting rid of guys who are productive. But that's another story. Saquon Barkley in this game had 4.3 yards a carry, 86 yards, 2 tubs. Again, did whatever the hell he wanted to do. Had 3 catches. So point being is, this team let the Giants just do whatever they want in a game where they can't really throw the football, and they still won this game. The Packers have a bad habit of not really being that competitive against teams that have running backs that are dynamic. Go to the Falcons game. Because you guys think that might be a one-off. Oh, you're just being anecdotal.
Do you want the box score?
Yeah, look at the box score on this one. Another team that can't throw the football, guys. Falcons, Packers. Look, the Falcons somehow win this game with Desmond Ridder starting at quarterback. And Bijan Robinson, he scraped them. I mean, dude had 124 yards on the ground. I'm showing y'all. Desmond Ridder, Jalen Hurts. Oh, you guys can't see my hand? Hold on, baby. So we got Desmond Ridder, Jalen Hurts. Desmond Ridder, Jalen Hurts. Coming off. Jalen Hurts had a subpar end of the season, but a lot of that was because of the knee injury. And I'm going to let my nurse fiance tell you best. Injuries is hard to come back from. And he then, what happened?
It's a bad link.
Oh, a bad link?
Yeah.
So, like I said, guys, Jalen Hurts coming off that, playing injured. I think people give players a bad rap for playing injured, and they don't take into account that these guys are tough as nails to even do that. Now he's coming off season healthy. He gonna run, throw the ball however he wants. You're talking about A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, my boy Jahan Dotson. Shout out to PA and Penn State. You already know. Shout out to Pennsylvania. But
in our New York Giants.
these guys, hey, Giant fans are in PA too. So I don't like the Eagles, guys, but I want that money. So we're going with the Eagles because the Eagles are far more dynamic than the Giants were with Tommy DeVito and the Falcons was with Desmond Ridder, and they still got the win. And if you're still not convinced, when you compare it to a team that is on par with the Eagles offensively, the Lions just absolutely dominated the Packers, 34-20 off the top of my head, 34-20. I think it was a Thursday night football game. I mean, David Montgomery did whatever the hell he wanted. He had like 132 yards on the ground. I mean, guys, the numbers are easy. Take the Eagles, -2.5.
Okay.
All right. We got one more.
Where are we?
Shout out to my uncle, Uncle Will. This one's for you. Go to the Raiders. Go to the Raiders. Yeah, we going with them Raiders, boy. The Raiders.
I gotta get to them. Okay, yeah. Box score.
I refuse to call them Vegas Raiders. You know what I'm saying? But Oakland, you already know. All right, guys. Last pick. We're gonna go with the Raiders here, beating the Chargers. Right off the bat, you see the Chargers beat them 24-17 last year. Around this time, I think this was the fifth. This was the 4th game of the season for both teams last year. Chargers won this game. Right off the bat, guys. The stat that pops out a lot to me is, go down, baby girl.
Where?
Khalil Mack.
Right here?
Yeah, Khalil Mack just absolutely dominated this game. This is a defensively dominated game. This was before Antonio Pierce coaching them. But in fairness to the argument, this was also Brandon Staley's Chargers. Jim Harbaugh is going to be a lot better. He's going to be a vast improvement at the coaching position, but again, it's early. He's going to have to mold this team, and I think Antonio Pierce having that head start coaching at the end of last year is a big advantage. But Khalil Mack, his impact was massive in this game. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, guys, his impact will be minimal. Dude had 4 QB hits, 6 sacks, 5 tackles for loss. I mean, this is arguably his best game ever. God damn. Haven't seen him this good since he was a Bear, but the reason why I'm going to tell you that his impact is going to be minimized is the Raiders and the 12 personnel, but we're going to leave that in the link. Antonio Pierce and the GM Telesco were talking about it. The Raiders are going to be running a 12 personnel and for anybody who doesn't know what 12 personnel is, that is 2 tight end sets. Now we know the Raiders' offensive line isn't too good, but when you have 2 tight ends, those chip blocks will come a long way. So I don't see Khalil Mack dominating the edge. And as we see, Khalil Mack had an all-time performance, and he only won the game by 7 points. And I'm telling you right now, guys, that's going to be minimized. Speaking of defense, the Raiders, who I'm a big fan of defense. Shout out to defense. Defense is underlooked in this game, but it's still valuable. I mean, look at that Super Bowl, guys. That was a defensive-ass Super Bowl. Don't let Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Taylor Swifty get it twisted. Defense is still important, and the Raiders had a big defensive signing, guys. Christian Wilkins on the Miami Dolphins coming over to the Raiders with Max Crosby. What? That's going to be a pass rush. Not a great game for Justin Herbert, guys. Justin Herbert lost Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, having to depend on young receivers with a defense that's going to be coming for him. The Raiders have Gardner Minshew replacing Aiden O'Connell and Jimmy Garoppolo. I think that's an upgrade because I think Gardner Minshew got a little bit more wiggle to him where he can evade the pass rush, and he's willing to throw the ball deeper a lot more than Aiden O'Connell and Jimmy Garoppolo. Not saying he's good, but at least he has a propensity to throw that ball downfield, which would be good for Devontae Adams. But more importantly, I just think he'll take less sacks with the 12 personnel system.
Right.
So let's go through some of these numbers again, because go up, baby girl. We're going on Justin Herbert. For all you guys that are worried, because I'm a big Justin Herbert guy. I got Justin Herbert on my QB rankings number 4. So this is showing you that I'm not biased against the Chargers. I'm very high on them, but I think next year might be a better year for them. Justin Herbert wasn't even great in this game, guys. He threw 167 yards, 13 for 24. So my point is, I think the Raiders got a pulse on this guy. Obviously, it's a division game, so that helps the Raiders. And I think a game in which Justin Herbert isn't on his game, I don't see them really getting away from the Raiders. Especially, I think the Raiders have made far more improvements, and I think the Chargers are a work in progress. I think Zamir White is not that much of a downgrade from Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs wasn't even great in this game. I think Zamir White is just as good, if not better. If you guys remember, Zamir White gave the Chiefs their last loss. Before they went on the winning streak and won the Super Bowl, Zamir White gave the Chiefs an L in Arrowhead for Christmas. So anybody sleeping on Zamir White, you really not paying attention to how good this Raiders team is. Jacoby Myers has proven himself as a quality wide receiver too. Devontae Adams, I mean, goes without saying. What else can I touch on with the Raiders, guys? Like I said, the 12 personnel, that's Brock Bowers and that's Mayers. Michael Mayers, I think his name, Michael Mayers. So these guys are going to be great in the 12 personnel, and they're going to give Gardner Minshew extra second. And I think he'll make good decisions. I think the Chargers are kind of old and injury-prone on defense. I got guys like Derwin James and Joey Bosa Jr. These guys are just always hurt.
And muscles have memory.
Well, muscles got memory, baby.
Yes.
See, muscles got memory.
It's only going to keep happening.
Yeah, but I doubt it'll happen week 1, but I just think it's going to slow them down. Because I think they're going to be conscious of it. Like, damn, I'm always getting hurt. So
right, and it's going to limit how they're going to play.
They're not going to be as good.
That's what I think.
So
you know your muscle's going to pull. You don't want that pain again.
Joey Bosa, he be getting hurt bad. Derwin James. Khalil Mack be getting hurt too, but he had that super game. So all these guys be getting hurt on the Chargers defense. And on offense, one more point on why I don't like the Chargers early. Justin Herbert is going from a scat back, Austin Eckler, guy that he was always able to dump it off in the flat when the pass rush came. Now he's not going to have that because now he's going with like a old school. What do you call those guys? Not the halfbacks, but like kind of like a hybrid fullback, halfback type guy. Gus the Bus Edwards. You know, like the great value brand Jerome Bettis, which is no slight because Jerome Bettis is a Hall of Fame guy. Gus Edwards is a really good power back, but it doesn't scare me. He's not going to gash these guys, and the fact that Justin Herbert is not going to have that safety valve to throw to in the flat. Austin Eckler will be missed, similar to how I say Saquon will be missed. So with that being said, guys, I like the Raiders +3 or +3.5, depending on what books. Shop your books if you're willing to pay a little extra vig to get the hook 3.5, like -125, 130. Wouldn't be bad, but pretty much I got the Raiders winning this game outright. But better safe than sorry, guys. Take the field goal. This game's gonna be close. If it was 7 points and the Raiders weren't even half as good as they are now, I'm easily willing to take 3 points and ride out with the Raiders. So that's it, guys. Those are my 3 picks. Hopefully, you go 2 for 3, get a couple extra $100. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next video.
Bye.
Thanks, baby.
Bye.